We arrived at the falls and parked at the greenhouse. "We're here," I opened my door. "I thought we were to see Niagara Falls," Toshiro glanced around the manicured grounds that surrounded the parking lot. "Wise man does not drive on Niagara Parkway near falls," I said with a very bad Chinese accent. This got a smile from the girls. "Besides, this is the first attraction on this side, other than Marineland," I explained and moved to Kathy's side of the vehicle. "We should go to Marineland. The deer are great." "They'll eat out of your hand," suggested Kama as she stood. "I don't go to places that hold dolphins prisoner," snapped Kathy, who now had her crutches underneath her. Kama looked like she'd been slapped. "Well, sorry." Kathy let it go, and we followed the walkway to the greenhouse doors, pausing to look at the beautifully manicured yards. Autumn had painted the maple trees in reds and golds. Everything looked like a postcard. Reaching the double glass doors, we stepped in. The first room held a fountain bedecked with plants. "Ray, I think I'll just sit on the bench and breathe. This place smells so good. Besides, I've seen it all before," said Kathy. I joined her on the bench that served the room in front of a raised stone planting platform. Small birds flitted back and forth among the plants, and the water gurgled in the fountain. "Kama has a thing for Kuno, you know," said Kathy, when the others were in the main room. "Yup, I give Kuno maybe 2 days, if he's lucky." "Don't be so sure. Kama and I talked on the phone a lot. She's only been hooking for a month. She's really naive in a strange kind of way." "Won't matter to Kuno. He's old school, virgin until married, and the lot." "So you don't see a future for them?" "Kuno's a guy. His hormones will get him to sleep with her. But his head won't accept what she was." I found a dead leaf and started slowly tearing it apart. "Too bad. I've told her I'd help her get started on the strip circuit. My agent, Kevin, is an agent, not a pimp. So she'd be fine with him. If I get her in. Trouble is she's only 17. I hope she can find something. The street's no place for someone like Kama. No place for anyone. Good thing it hasn't made her hard yet. Pity about Kuno. If ever there was a man who needed a relationship with a more experienced woman, it's him." "You offering?" I crumbled my dead leaf and found another. "He's your friend, Ray. I wouldn't do that to you." She touched my shoulder. The breath I released must have been audible because Kathy laughed and kissed me. "About tonight, I've made up some flying ointment in case you have trouble getting out." She slipped her arm around my back and rested her head on my shoulder. It felt nice. "I don't think I will. I may not be as good as astral projection as you, but this is important enough that I shouldn't have any trouble." I leaned into her and let the warm, sweet smell that was Kathy fill my senses. "As long as you come back. You know, Ray, I've been thinking, this thing with Kuno and Kama is kind of like us." "How? Kuno clinging to an old, worn-out way of doing things, and Kama willing to have him if he'll change?" We pulled apart. She had to ruin it. "Kathy, we've been over this. As loving friends with no commitment, I can handle you dating other guys. I won't commit myself to an open relationship. I just can't do it. It's not who I am. To me, commitment is having you, all to myself, and me giving you all of me." "Why, Ray? You'd be the central relationship. It just means we'd both still have our freedom." Kathy looked so frustrated. You'd think I was the one asking for something outside society's boundaries. "I am what I am. Besides, isn't there a type of freedom in knowing your loved one is yours and yours alone?" I cupped her cheek. She nuzzled my palm before pulling away. "Like my parents, sneaking around behind each other's back, lying to each other until there was no trust left?" "Doesn't have to be that way, Kath." Silence descended. It was an old argument, like a sore spot in your mouth that you just couldn't keep from pressing your tongue against. Several minutes later, the others joined us. Video brought to you by the works of Stephen B. Pearl.